What's going on, Giants fans? Before we start today's show, I was on Twitter this morning and I saw this tweet and I thought it was perfect to ask you guys, so I'll do so. Describe Eli Manning's NFL career in 3 words or less. I've seen a whole bunch of different interesting answers. Be creative, and I'll feature the best answer on the next show, so let me know the way you would describe Eli Manning's career in 3 words or less. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a different show today. Shout out to Patrick Seatman, a new worker here at Chat Sports. He gave me this idea. 5 dream scenarios for the Giants' 2022 NFL season. 5 things that I want to see happen that would be in the best interest of the New York Football Giants. And the number one thing is for Daniel Jones to show he's the guy. Let him show and prove that he can be the guy that leads the Giants and be the franchise quarterback for the next 10 to 15 years. Because in my opinion, that's the best way for the Giants to rebuild. If he stinks, if he has a bad year, yes, you go draft a quarterback. But if he shows that he's good enough to be a game manager and win you games, I think that fast tracks the rebuild. Because then you don't have to go and draft another quarterback. You can spend your money in free agency and your draft picks to help build the rest of the team out. At the end of the day, it's now or never for Daniel Jones. He's entering his 4th season in the NFL. He's had multiple head coaches. He's had multiple offensive coordinators. His pieces on the outside, they've been injured far more than they should have. Things have not gone his way. You can make every excuse for Daniel Jones in the book. They're all out there. But the time is now. The ball is in his court. He needs to control what he can control. We've seen him play at a decent to solid level in the NFL before. In his rookie season, when he played just 12 games under Pat Shurmur, he threw 24 touchdowns. He also had 12 INTs and about 20-plus fumbles. But we saw that he could be a productive quarterback and somewhat of a small sample size. And I think the shift of culture and the offensive coordinator with Mike Kafka and Brian Daboll taking over, I think this offense is actually going to be built around Daniel Jones. Jason Garrett, it was his way. You fit into his offense. That's not going to be the case this year. Daboll, Kafka, they're going to do everything they can to make Daniel Jones comfortable and put him in a position to succeed. He's a guy that needs to be able to read defenses, not told to throw it to his first read. He needs to spray the ball all around the field. He's someone that likes to take chances. We've all seen the stats that Daniel Jones is one of the best deep ball throwers in the NFL, and I think he's going to have a chance to actually showcase what type of quarterback he is this year with the new offense, the new playmakers, and arguably the best offensive line he's ever played behind in his Giants career. But I'll ask you this question before we continue the video. Is this Daniel Jones' last season with the Giants as the starting quarterback? It's a loaded question, and a lot of things could happen. Does he have to win a playoff game? Does he have to get to the playoffs for Daniel Jones to be back next year? Let me know. Type Y for yes, or you can go down and type N for no. Here at Giants Now, we are putting out videos every single day around the latest Giants news and rumors. And even though the offseason is here, it's June and July, our coverage is not going to stop. So go down right now, hit that big red button, join the family, lock us in. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. If you love the Giants and you love Eli Manning, do it for Eli. Hit that big red button. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Number 2. Saquon Barkley plays all 17 games this season. And that's really all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for him to be that same rookie year Saquon we saw when he was arguably the best running back in the NFL. Just be available and play all 17 games. Be healthy. Finish the season. Because his career with the New York Giants is on the line. He's in his 5th year in the NFL. He's playing on that 5th-year option. If he doesn't play well, if he gets hurt and only plays 8 to 10 games next year, I can almost guarantee this will be the last year in the NFL, last year with the Giants in the NFL, excuse me. I love Saquon. Did I think the pick was a little bit early being selected number 2 overall? For sure. But I think this is the first time in his career he's in a position to succeed. I think Kafka and Daboll, and we've seen it through training camp or mini camp so far, that the Giants are using him as a playmaker and not just a running back. They're splitting him outside at wide receiver. They're getting him involved in multiple ways in this offense. He's going to be able to be used in ways that haven't been done before under Jason Garrett, and he has the best O-line he has had in his NFL career. If we can get that 2018 Saquon Barkley back, where he had 1,300 rushing yards, average 5 yards per pop, and 11 touchdowns, that would be great. He would be offered a long-term contract by Joe Shane. But I have to see him do that. I'm not asking him to go for 2,000 yards or 2,500 all-purpose yards and 20-plus total touchdowns. Just be available, play all 17 games, because I feel like if Saquon is healthy in this offense with the offensive line, he can have one of his best or second-best seasons in the NFL. What about this question, though? 10 total touchdowns for Saquon in 2022. Rushing and receiving, you can add them together. Let's play a little bit of a game of over or under. If you think Saquon's going to go over 10 touchdowns, type O for over. Or if you think he goes less than 10 touchdowns, which I will pretty much say if he goes less than 10, it'll be his last season with the Giants, you can go down and type U for under. Number 3. This is the year Xavier McKinney becomes an All-Pro. We didn't get a lot or get to see a lot from Xavier McKinney in his first year. He missed a lot of time, had that foot injury, missed like the first 9 games of his career. But his sophomore season, he showed why he was selected early in the second round. What he did in 2021 should not be taken for granted. He was the only player in the NFL with 90-plus tackles, 10-plus pass breakups, and 5+ interceptions. Tyrann Mathieu didn't do that. Derwin James didn't do that. Kevin Byard didn't do that. No other player in the NFL did. X-Man showed that he can be one of the best players on this defense, and now it's his time to show that he can be one of the best safeties in the NFL. Last year, he did a little bit of everything. 93 tackles, 11 pass breakups, 5 interceptions, a tackle for loss, and I want to see him in this Wink Martindale defense have even more on his plate to do. I want to see him more in the box. Come down in the box. Be a little bit more of a pass rusher. Because when you look at this safety depth chart, he is the leader. He's the veteran of this group. Julian Love, he hasn't proved that he can be a starter. Dane Belton, he was drafted in the NFL draft this past year. He's a rookie. He still has to prove it. Xavier McKinney now has to be a leader. He needs to show that he can be the guy that Wink Martindale depends on, that he can be the center field guy on the safety. He might be also voted a captain by his teammates. He's made a great impression on them. I'm excited to see what McKinney does this year, and I think he's going to be asked to do more, and I think that means he's going to be able to do more. I'm all in on Xavier McKinney. Hopefully he becomes an all-pro type of player this year for the New York Football Giants. Another player I think might be an all-pro one year is Kayvon Thibodeaux, and his jerseys are now available. The number 5 jerseys, you can get the white ones or the blue ones. My producer, Matthew Peterson, he said the Giants have the worst jerseys in the NFL. So if you want to go down in the comments and type FPD, I'm down for that. I might give you a shout out on the next show. But just go to chatsports.com/Kayvon to get your hands on a brand new Kayvon Thibodeaux jersey. I'm going to order mine right after the show. I got to be looking good for week 1. Get yours today. chatsports.com/Kayvon. Number 4. I just want the wide receivers to play up to their potential, as well as stay healthy. Kind of a two-part statement right there. Play up to the potential and be healthy. Because last year, the big 3, they didn't do any of those. Sterling Shepard, he got hurt. Kadarius Toney, he got hurt. Kenny Golladay, he got hurt. Shepard played in 7 games. Kenny Golladay played in 14 games. Kadarius Toney played in 10 games. And of these 3, there was only 1 touchdown scored, and that was in week 1 when Sterling Shepard absolutely dusted Patrick Surtain. Suck it, Petey. He's a Broncos fan. And that's the only touchdown these 3 wide receivers have. They have to play better. Kenny Golladay has to live up to that wide receiver 1 bill this year. I don't know if he'll ever get back to being the receiver he was with the Lions when he led the NFL in receiving touchdowns, but can he be someone that Daniel Jones depends on third down? Can Kadarius Toney show the NFL why he was a first-round pick out of Florida? Can he be this gadget player that excels in the Kafka offense and in the Dable offense? And can Sterling Shepard come back and be that reliable slot receiver that Daniel Jones has depended on time and time again? I'm concerned about injuries with all of these guys, but if they could stay healthy and you get 15-plus games out of all of them, I think it'd be a solid success for the Giants wide receiver core. But I'll ask this question. What wide receiver do you think is going to lead the Giants in receiving touchdowns? Is it Toney, Golladay, Shepard? Are you going with a rookie in Wan'Dale Robinson? Let me know in the comment section who you think leads the Giants in receiving touchdowns this year. Last one, the O-line, just stay healthy. And it's kind of a similar theme. I just want the Giants to be healthy this year. Do I think they have enough talent to win the Super Bowl? No. But I feel like if everybody stays healthy, they could compete and cause, a little bit of competition in the NFC East. When you look at this Giants offensive line, Andrew Thomas is the key. He needs to be healthy. He needs to show the NFL that he can be depended on for 17 games. He's coming off of that ankle surgery that he had the same one in his rookie year. Shane Lemieux's coming back from an injury. John Feliciano, we'll see if he can stick at the starting center spot. Mark Lewinsky, he's been healthy so far throughout his NFL career, and Evan Neal has done so as well at Alabama. But it comes down to Andrew Thomas. In my opinion, AT is the most valuable player and the most important player on this roster. Because I don't want to see Matt Gano play any snaps this year for the New York Football Giants. Because if he's in, that either means Andrew Thomas is out or Evan Neal is out. And if Andrew Thomas is out, that means Saquon Barkley's life is going to be tougher. That means Daniel Jones is going to have less time to throw, and it's going to make life on them much harder than it should be. I love Andrew Thomas, but at the end of the day, when you're picked inside the top 10 of the NFL draft, you need to be on the field and be available, because when he has been available outside of his rookie year, he's been great. Now it's just time to put it all together, play 17 games, and show you are the best tackle from that NFL draft. I gave you 5 of my dream scenarios for the Giants, and I have a couple more. I would love to see Aaron Robinson take over and be that cornerback too for a very long time. I'd love to see Kayvon Thibodeaux win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'd like to see a lot of things. Daniel Bellinger take a step and be the Giants starting tight end for a while. But let me know, what is your number 1 dream scenario for the Giants in the 2022 NFL season? If you haven't yet, show me some love over on Twitter. I'm trying to up my Twitter followers, and I'm tweeting about the Giants more and more every single day. So if you love the Giants and you're looking for more people to follow on Giants Twitter, I'm your guy. Give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_.